Hello, I'm Otto, and welcome to episode 33 of my Factorio 2.0 guide. So in the last episode, what else did we do? We finished the shunting, I think. No, just a couple things here and there. We set up this little home supplies, supplies for the bus. And I kind of want to touch on this a little bit. There's a lot of stuff that I completely forgot to do, like we forgot to put in the rails, we forgot to put in the chain rails. A lot of stuff I forgot to do, but you know what, that's fine. We're gonna do a final pass once everything is finished. So the fact that we didn't do this it's okay. But I would like to kind of have I want to show off a variation of this. So this one just kind of looks decent, looks nice. I kind of want to do the same thing. Let me finish talking about what we did in the last episode. So we also set up a smelting. This is a 48 smelter setup, and we're also going to be doing a 72 smelter setup for both the red and blue belts. And actually, I think I can. Oh no, all the rail signals. No. Because I did copy this and... Oof, I'm gonna have to undo a lot to get this to... How far back do I gotta go? I'm gonna hit the limit, oh no. There, whew, okay. I'm gonna cut these. Okay, I would like to show a variation on the bus supplies, because there are some other things you can do too. So I think that's the order. We're gonna do the smelting first, and then I'm gonna show you the bus setup. Because you can also you can get more into it. Like, it was pretty crazy that I managed to get 9 supplies in there with 4 belts coming out of each one, but we can step that up a bit. We can get a little bit more, especially if you're on blue belts. Like, if you're on blue belts, it would be way easier. We're gonna have to do some funky stuff for red belts, but that's okay. So to finish off this, really all we got to do is just find, let's extend this, and then we just need 24 of these. And that is the 24. It's gonna be like, oh, what? We actually had this set up almost right the whole time. How about that? Well, that just makes life easy. All right, so let's just move that up. We'll move this up. Wow, talk about luck. It's like we intended it to happen that way. I can assure you I did not. That was a complete accident. You know what? Sometimes things just happen. Nope. I take that back. We need to get a splitter in here. I'm not gonna... Can I paste that in? I don't know if I wanna... Oh boy. Talk about luck. My goodness. Almost like we've done this before. No, I'm just kidding. Pure luck. That was a coincidence. Okay, there we go. There's our 72. We need that to be connected somehow. So let's do that. We're gonna do a blueprint of that. Oh, did I? Oh my gosh! Please tell me I took a blueprint of that last one. Did I not? Oh no. Okay, well, that's fine. We're gonna take a blueprint of this one. And we only need... Wait a minute. Can't forget those. And then over here, we need the same thing. One there and one there. Okay, so we are not done with these. Those are all connected. These don't need to be. But we are going to... There's a couple things that we are going to do. So, yeah, it's not a big deal for those right now, but up here we will be doing some stuff. So this station is going to be requesting. This station is going to be providing. So actually, all the providers can just be provider. That's it. That's all we need. And all the providers will have. We'll set a train limit of 2. So we're gonna go over all the blueprints. We're gonna recap all the blueprints at the last leg, because we are also going to, or like in the next video, in the next episode, because we are also going to parameterize these. Not all of them. Some of them don't need parameterization. Like, obviously you don't have to parameterize these. You don't have to parameterize the shunting, the bus supplies. So really we're just going to be parameterizing basically just the smelting will be parameterized and the pickup will be parameterized. And you'll see why we're going to parameterize them. It's going to make things a lot easier. If you don't know what parameterizing is, don't worry, we're going to go over that. It's something that was added in Factorio 2.0, and it's something that's extremely helpful for placing blueprints. So like just the gist of it is it allows you to be able to place blueprints instead of having, like, I don't know, say a blueprint for requesting iron ore, copper ore, iron plates, and stone to all be smelted. We can just make one blueprint, so you don't have to make one blueprint per. You can just make one blueprint. Anyways, we'll get into that. So let's finish the smelting. So, we need to. Did I copy? I didn't copy this. All right. Oh, because I did not set the. You know what? Just to kind of, we need to break this up a little bit. So we're gonna put that on the front half. Maybe we're gonna put one on like somewhere in here, like just to break it up a little bit. And on this side, it doesn't really matter. We don't need the chain. We can just use the regular. Let's just match what we had over here. So let's just toss it like there. And when they merge, sure. Okay. That should be good. We will be adding combinators to everything that's a requester at some point, and we will parameterize them, because like even these, like use filter, we're going, okay, all right, I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to make blueprints. We will get there, I promise. So to the bottom right of that, open up blueprints, open up our book. I'm gonna put the smelting stuff on the bottom, so we're gonna make this like this. Snap to grid. We're gonna name this. Should we name this 72 Smelter? And we will leave the red belt, but we're gonna swap these two around. So we're gonna do red belt there and Smelter there. You know what? We're gonna call it red. Just so we know for sure it's red belt. So red. We're gonna snap the grid. Absolute is 0, 0 like we've done before. This is gonna be 100 by 100. And because it is this double sectioned blueprint, we're gonna do 2 here to offset and 102 to drop this down to here. I like having it on the base. Save. And let's make sure that this lines up. It lines up. Perfect. Okay, so to make the blue one, we're gonna grab our upgrade planner. I see I already have one. We're gonna grab our upgrade planner, either Alt-U or click down here, and put this on our bars. So this is actually putting something in our inventory, like an inventory slot. Like all of the blueprints, they're like tradable, like it's an actual in-game item. So if you right-click the upgrade planner, you can upgrade something from something to something. It has to kind of be like with like, and the game is pretty good at letting you know exactly which one you're going to be doing. So we're going to be upgrading all red belts to blue. We're going to be upgrading all red undergrounds to blue and all red splitters to blue. That's it. That's all we need to do. And we're just going to do the whole blueprint. Now they are all upgraded to blue. If you put certain modules in here like this, it's probably fine leaving the blue inserters. I think that if you had, like, if you were to end up with like beacons on the outside edge, or if you like took this whole blueprint in and tucked it next to the big electric power poles, like similar to what we had here, like these just kind of worked around the big electric power poles that we had. The one. Then you could probably fit some beacons over here. Like, this is not a beacon setup. Like, a beacon setup, we would probably have to dismantle the whole blueprint, the whole city block, because we would not have these city blocks in the middle. We would probably have to have some way to remove them and set the new ones up to still have the green robot section. But with speed modules, with, like, say, productivity, then you might need the green inserters. Honestly, I don't really care. The way that I look at it is, like, I don't care about the math and how fast and how much and how it... A lot of times I just play around with things, right? Sometimes, yes, math, but sometimes it's just like, okay, is the blue one working? Is it taking everything out? Is it putting everything in that it needs, taking everything out that it needs? If that's working, leave it alone. If not, upgrade it. Okay, so we're gonna copy this, and you know what? Actually, check this out. We're gonna go back in here, and we're gonna right-click into this, and we're gonna make a copy and put it right next to it. We're gonna right-click that and rename this to blue. And we are going to change the icon to blue belt, and we're gonna save, go back in and create new blueprint, and then copy everything down to the bottom right hand corner of the big power pole there. And there we go. Save. It set up all the stuff that we had. We are going to leave the train names, train stop names for now. We will parameterize this at some point, but for now, unfortunately, I have to recreate the the 48, so I need 24. Bye-bye. Yep. And unfortunately I have to map this out for each one. 26. Oh no, I did not. Whatever, we can add that back in here. No, not right now. Let's, oh man. I should have just done two separate sections. So 24 there. Okay, I guess I don't have to map it out anymore because it's right there. And that, and... Did I not? Anyways. Okay, so we're gonna cut the... I know, we just did this in the last video. We need some room for the splitter. And one more. Nope. Splitter here. I love making the same blueprint again because I forgot to save it. All right. And that is good. Everybody's happy. And okay, so we're gonna name. We're gonna copy this, and we do need to copy this whole thing even though it barely touches into this blueprint. This is a full 2-section, 2-city block blueprint. Going to our blueprint book, and we're gonna name this 48 Smelter Red. And we're gonna move, right? Too bad I can't like shift those around. All right, and swapping those like that. Snap to grid 100 by 100. That is 0, 0, 2, and 102. Save. Okay, so does that line up? Yes. Okay. So I want to show some of like a potential variation for this. So I have, is this the same one? Did I just snap it down multiple times? Okay, perfect. So I'm going to just completely remove the top off of this guy. We're going to replace the city block. We are going to copy, let's go with like right here. And we're gonna kind of make a blueprint of this. I know, I get lots of these, right? Can I Alt D? Oh, no. Did I just remove something there? All right. We're gonna have to scrub all this. So just right click to remove all of these. You accidentally remove something that you didn't want to remove, you can click it back in. Also, if there's just a whole something that you don't want, just right click the whole of something. Oh, no. Right click. So I want to remove all of these. I don't want this lower train section. And save, double check. Yeah, good enough. Okay, so I'm gonna use this, and I'm just gonna line it up, and I'm just gonna set it down. So what are some differences that we could have had here? So this, as you can see, there's 4 here and a potential 4 up here. So we could have actually made this tighter. The rail coming down met exactly here. So we could actually technically get this just slightly tighter. I might use this variation, and then that would have gotten our rails in just a little bit tighter. Now, to do that, we would have to cut the ends off. This would stay the same, so it would drop these, drop all of this. Because we're not so desperate for space, or like, I guess, not space. Space is the wrong word. We're not so desperate for, I guess, speed on the belts. Like, there's not going to be like situations where the 4 of these won't be able to feed everything that we need for each of the items. So what do I mean by that? So we're going to have, basically, because of having a, say, almost full belt, almost full belt, almost full belt, almost full belt, 4 full belts of iron, because we have 1 here and 1 here, 8 of copper, 8 of iron, 4 here, 4 here, 8 of copper, 4 here, 4 here. We're condensing these down into 6. And then we've got steel, 4 belts coming out, and we're gonna have 1 belt to feed. We have room for a potential 2, but that would require us to get rid of the concrete. Coal, we have 2 belts set up for it, but we're only using 1 right now, so that's 4 into 2. Stone will go into 1, stone brick will go into 1. I feel like I just glossed over something. You get the point, right? So we don't need to have all 6 of these funneling out. On top of that, we're going to be limiting these chests. Hopefully these are limited also. So how can, like, we can squeeze this in a little bit more. So this was here, right? So I just want to kind of show a couple of different things that you can do. You could have gone like this, and that would allow this one to go under, this one to go, and then this one to go here. So that saves you one belt of space. I am not a fan. I think that if you're gonna space save, you might as well go all out. So what does all out look like? Well, what if we could get all of these into a section like this? So the answer to do that is actually, we are going to take this. Nope. Let me start from back here. Like that. Now the downside is, I guess technically we should probably have, maybe we should have done it like this instead. Yeah, let's do it like this instead. Then we could always bring in some power poles. And this would be that. And there you go. This into that, and that, into that, and that. Okay. And these would be... Then you can still get your power poles in. So you can get that power pole there. There, and we'll just do it like that, okay? Whatever. You know, it's, again, it's kind of close enough. Actually, if I really wanted, Nope. We're gonna leave it like that. So that allows us to get this and bring it in here. So that's the variation. So let's take a look at what that would look like. Now, this particular city block, or this particular blueprint, is within the actual city block that we have. So if we wanted to make this line up better, quote unquote better. Oh no. I didn't want to copy that in. Copy. No, cut. Oh. Cut this. There we go. Alright, so let's see how much tighter this could have been and how much more space we could utilize. So I don't care about going behind a roboport. We're literally just doing this to see the space saving capabilities of what we just did. Now, if we wanted to move these, we could, but let's just say that we don't want to move anything. So what does that give us? Control C, so this is 10 items, 9 of them being just your normal items. And looking at it, I think we could. I think if we, not so much these would have to stay, but let's say we did cut this and move it down and cut both of them and move them down. I don't know how far, we're just, you know, kind of playing around with it. Sure. Alright, let's check that one out. Could we squeeze that? Oh, yep, there's another one. And it doesn't look like we're gonna get another one in there anyways. So that's still 10. Wait a minute. Oh, is that why mine didn't line up? Oh no, look at this. See, I did have it right over here. Okay, well, let's cut this and V flip it. Oh, I totally messed up again. Good job. This. So let's match that up, match this up. And we kind of need to hurry because I want to. Do I? Oh my gosh, I think I might actually like this better. These will have to come down. Oh no. getting too far back in the lineup. Did that do it? Did that literally just add? This one is slightly off, but let's see. Did we get another one in there? We did. Oh my. So to make this look nicer, we would just have to bring these two down. So I'm gonna Control Z, Control Z. We're gonna bring these down by... Oh, I don't think one would have done it. Oof. Nice. Wow, talking about squeezing them in there. I thought it was crazy that I was able to do 7 like years ago. Okay, so the downside. This is the downside right here of doing it this way. Downside of doing it this way is you cannot get this to come out like a normal set of tracks. It's just all messed up in there. Like this is max, this is max. It would just have to be all janky like this, but you know what? I don't know. I still kind of think I like it. I do prefer things to be lined up better, but I mean, if it works, right? Oof. That guy didn't work. Oh, he would have to move really far away. See, that's a lot more ugly over here, but man, an extra 2 rows. So this would set up for... I don't even know, honestly, I don't even know what else we would actually bring in here, to be honest. But there you go. There's a variation if you just absolutely wanted some, you know, just to pack it all in here, that's what you would do. So I like it. I think there's, you know, this is kind of ugly, but, and I don't know... It doesn't look like a blue would have reached either. But we can find out. We'll just remove these and see how the blue would have done. Yeah, blue would have been the exact same. Reach there, can't reach here. Oh, wait, what? Alright, so then it can't reach there. There you go. Alright, so that's kind of your limit. Something like that. Okay, I'm not using this one. Do I want to take a blueprint of it? Maybe. Like, I don't know. What if I want to use it in, you know, a video? Not a video. Like what if I wanted to do a mod or something? Yeah. I could see it working for a modded playthrough. All these connected, right? Okay. Swoosh. The train station names though. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. We're just gonna take a blueprint of just above here. There. Plus bus supplies extended to that. Is that how we did it? Nope. Nope. You know what? Yeah, that should be the same. We're gonna do that. Okay, bus supplies extended. We know this is 100 by 100. This is 0, 0. This is 2 and oh, I didn't take a. Oh, okay, all right. That's fine. And then this is 2. Save. Now, I obviously I did not finish this, but I kind of don't really plan on using this, so that's good. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, so is there anything else I did not? I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this because we have other things that we need to do. We have to. Ooh, finally found. Nope. Nope, still not a problem. Look it. We still have room, and we could have moved this back. Oh my, is that gonna be enough? That is not. We have to move this back. Okay. Alright, I'm spending way too much time on this. Let's just bang this out real quick. Okay. I have that. So bus extended, select new, and just copy this down to here. Okay, let's move on. No train stop names. Everything looks good. Bus extended. This is all lining up. Okay. So what do we still need? We got the 48 smelter. We got the 72 smelter. We got the 72 smelter. We need to play with combinators. Okay, so I'm gonna just use this one because this is the one that we're gonna be using. Right? This one has 9. This one has 9, so it has 8. Okay. So we intentionally set all of these up to be connected together. That was a very purposeful. So why did we do that? So because we're gonna have a stacker in here that has 5 lanes, if we set every single one of these to be a enabled train limit of 2, there's 9 items here. Now, in previous blueprints, I didn't necessarily use the same stacker. I did use the same stacker, but I would actually end up setting that. I would personalize this stacker in my previous plays, and I would make it so that I just had a ton of extra stacking room for these, but we're not going to do that. So if we had 2 per, that would mean that we could potentially have 1 in each one and 1 in for each one waiting to get in here. So that is 9 total. We only have room for 5. So we need to make sure that we only get trains when we need trains, but we also need to have more than 1 train on the go. So we're in this weird, we need more than 1, but we need less than 2, if that makes sense. So I've come up with a way to utilize a lot of the things that I've learned from other content creators about trains and train stations, and I've kind of put together a huge coordinated thing. We're 35 minutes into this video, and I'm almost certain it's going to be over an hour because this is going to be relatively complicated. Okay, so we need to count all the stuff that is in here. So we are going to grab an arithmetic combinator. And we're going to place it here. So what is an arithmetic combinator? Like, what are we doing? I kind of need to put these out of the way, but each of these is going to need one. So let's just, I guess, do that. Oil doesn't need one. Oil, okay, so oil is good. Like, we know that oil is, like, oil just set train limit to 2, good to go. As for the other ones, so we want to count everything that's in here. So if we do this, if we connect all of these together, the sum total of all of these together will be input into the back of this arithmetic combinator. So what we want is we want to set up a way for us to request in a very specific amount of materials and have the train figure out what its own train limit is based on the amount of materials that are missing. Now, I know that was a big mouthful, so let me just show you. So let's say we have 10,000 iron bars in here, iron plates. We want a very specific amount. We want 40,000 iron plates total. We do not want any more than this, and so what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this combinator, we're going to take everything that comes in here, and we're just going to simply, you haven't seen these yet, but this icon is each. So this is basically saying for every item that comes in, for each of the items that is detected, do something and give me like do something and then give me an output for it. That doesn't sound like much. It's kind of not, but what we are going to be doing is each item that comes in this case, it's only going to be one thing. It's going to be iron plates in this case. We want to multiply this by -1. So what does that do for us? So if 10,000 come in, we're going to multiply this by -1, and the output, which is each item that is input, which is just 1 iron plates, 10,000 iron plates times -1 gives us -10,000 iron plates. So anytime, as you can see here, anytime the red wire is connected, it's literally just going to sum all of these together. So anytime an input is mixed with an input on the same color, on the same red wire or green wire, it's just going to sum the two. It's just going to add the two together. So we've now turned this total, whatever it may be, let's just say 10,000, into a negative, and it's going to be output on this side of the combinator. This is kind of what combinators do. You have an input on either the red or the green wire, so it would be on the other side, as you can see, and then it outputs something. So because we want our positive to mix with our negative, we're actually going to take the two of these, we're going to connect the constant combinator to this one, and we're going to connect the arithmetic combinator that we just turned our materials into a negative into the same one. So now what we have is a situation where we have our constant, the amount that we want to be here, mixed with the amount that is here but turned into a negative, and a 40,000 plus a negative 10,000 would give us 30,000. Okay, so we have a number now. What are we going to do with that number? Like, what does that even matter? So in one of the last videos, I did mention that it was going to be a very important bit of information that you know what the contents of the cargo wagon is. So this is 10 stacks by 4 stacks, which means 40 stacks. Iron plates stack to 100, which means that this is a total of 4,000 iron plates. 4,000 iron plates times 4 cargo wagons gives us 16,000 for a train capacity. So we are going to take each, which right now is 40 because we don't actually have anything in there, and we're going to take each of these items and divide it by 16,000 because that is our total train capacity. And then we're going to output something. So what do we need to output? So we're going to connect the train via the front of this combinator, and then we get to see a lot of the stuff that opens up. So none of this is visible when you just look in here. Like this is not normally here. This is just part of us being in sandbox mode. But once you add a wire to something, you all of a sudden get all of this extra stuff. So what we want is we want to be able to set the train limit. So that requires a signal of L. So now we can take our total divided by a train capacity, which is 16,000, and give an L output. So that's going to set the limit of the train. And as you can see, 16 goes into 40,000 2 times. And so this is going to give us a train capacity, a train limit of 2. Now, I did just say that we don't want 2, we want less than 2, but more than 1. So what the heck is going on here? Well, we can fit 2 if one is here unloading and the other one is out prepping its materials to come in this way. I did a lot of testing with this, and I almost guarantee you that like there will never be a situation where all of these things will happen at the same time. Like especially with the coal and the steel, the stone brick and the stone, those don't move fast enough for this to ever reach an output of 2L. We will never hit the cap of we need 2 trucks worth. And I tested this both with red belts and blue belts, just sucking out as much of the material as I could as fast as I could. And the most trains that I ever ended up with in the stacker, despite the fact that we could have potentially had 18 coming in, minus the 9 that would be unloading, was 2. So this stacker of 5, this 5 stacker actually ends up being a little bit overkill as well. Now, there are some additional things that we're going to do with this. This is literally just setting us up for the train limit. We're going to take this one step farther. We're going to say read train count, and this is on the C signal. We're not going to deal with priority. We're not going to deal with train contents, read stop train. This is it. This is all we want. So, what we're going to do is we're actually going to take another combinator. We're going to take the decider combinator, and we're going to set that one here. So we want, I'm going to put the red signal in here, and we are going to export the green signal. So the green signal is going to come from here to here. So why did we do that? If we were to, like, this just officially severs the connection of all of our red imports, and the green one is usually the one that you carry on. So I know this is going to seem confusing, but we have a signal of 2 coming out of the train stop. The C signal is how many trains are here and on the way. So what we want is, if we have an L signal, the limit that we've set, that is greater than the C signal, we want to output whatever the signal is in that train station as a count of 1. Again, this might seem very confusing at first. Don't worry, it'll start to make sense because we're going to go through and do this with all of the different ones that we have here. And we're going to do it pretty fast because some of the things we're just going to do a little bit different. But what this is saying is that here, I'll just kind of go over it a little bit. So again, we want 40,000. We're taking what we have and turning it into a negative here. Each times -1 output each. We are combining the two together and taking the sum total of those and dividing it by the train the train capacity to output the L signal into the train to set its own limit, which you can see on the right hand side. Train limit 0 of 2. The 0 part is the train count. We also get it to read the train count down here, and we are asking it to determine if the limit that we have, the capacity of material we want, is greater than the trains that are coming in. And if the train limit count, the amount that we want, is greater than the amount of trains that are coming in, we're going to broadcast, you can see on the right hand side, a single plate of 1. Why? Because we are going to have a smelter. Let's say that this was our iron smelter. The ore is coming in and being smelted into iron plates, and the iron plates are going to be down here. We are not going to allow this train station. I know it's not connected to anything, but I gotta try to connect this. Hold on. Let's just say that I'm gonna try to connect it here. Am I gonna reach? Oh, I just made that. So now this is gonna connect to the green network, which all of these will be connected to the green network. So let me actually just take them all and merge them so you can see that on our little test area. Why did that not merge? Who's broken? We should have been getting a green output. Oh, it's not connected to... Wait a minute, where's the... Okay, this one's not connected to anything. Alright, I'm just gonna wire this up for green super fast. This is not how we're gonna do it, but this is just a test to show you. So we're... Everything via the city... The blueprint city block is connected via green. So now the green signal is of 1 copper or of 1 iron plate is making its way to this train station. This train station would be called provider, but this train station is going to be set up and parameterized so that when we put it down, it's going to say that it is providing iron plate. We're going to tell it that it's providing iron plate. And we're going to tell it enable if iron plate is greater than 0. That's it. So if this were severed, if this connection, if it was not receiving that signal, it's disabled. So when it is disabled, it is not requesting in trains, and it has a train limit of 2. So that means that even if there are trains out there capable of coming to get this, nobody's coming to pick it up because it's disabled, and it is disabled until that green signal comes out and enables this train. So because of that, we will have situations where this will be enabled, a train will come in and resupply, another one will come out behind it and wait, and maybe another train already got there and resupplied it, and now it is disabled, and this train waiting has nowhere to go. But it doesn't really matter that he has nowhere to go. He can just sit here and wait until he's requested in again. And once he's... Again, a lot of this will make sense. We will have it in practice, but I just wanted to show you that much. I'm going to go over a sum of this again. And whoops. And that is the bulk. You know what? I don't even need to do that. I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna copy these because that is basically all the same. Not really. We have to change a couple things, but let's just say that it's basically the same, and not that one. So now it's gonna look like if we had this all wired up, it would like correctly. And I do intend to have all of this come through as the green wire. If we had this all hooked up correctly, it would look like a sea of a ton of iron. Okay, so these two were the same. These were iron, so we just need to hook this guy up here and hook that to there, and then connect this to, I don't know, whatever power pole is the closest. We're just gonna use the same one. Wait a minute. This is going there too. So this to there, that to the back of this one. Like that. So you can see we have 4 of the iron, whoops. 4 of the iron plate signals. Ew. Now, I totally understand that this might be confusing to a lot of people, and that's okay. We're going to continue to go over this. So, copper is going to be the same thing. We need 40,000. We're going to... This one stays the same. We're going to multiply by -1. This one stays the same because the stack size is the same. That's the copper plate there. The thing that changes here is the output. Set train limit, read train count. Copper requester, copper requester. So this one can also just be copied. Actually, this whole thing can just be copied and pasted. So now that one's set up for copper, 40k, and copper and set train limit. So this one is, oops, not train content, train limit. This one was steel. So steel also stacks to 100, so that's also 40,000. And this is an output of steel, 1. Awesome. So now we're at 5 iron, 2 copper, 1 steel. So this one was coal. Coal stacks, now this is where things get a little bit different. Coal stacks to 50, not 100. So we're cutting everything in half. So the amount that we want is 20,000. Whoops, I did not mean to delete that. The coal amount we want is 20,000. The train capacity is changing from 16,000 to 8,000. And we want coal. This one was stone. So stone is just like coal. We need 20,000. We need to cut this from 16 to 18. And we're gonna change the output to stone. We are 53 minutes in. Oh my goodness. What was this one? Stone brick. Stone brick stacks to 100. So this changes to stone brick. It's also 40,000, just like the others, the steel and so this can stay the same, 16,000, and stone brick here. Now we should have 221111, and that's our 8. And we are going to update our blueprint for this. So bus supplies, new, whoops, I did not mean to copy that, doesn't matter. Select new blueprint, and we're gonna copy all of this. And did we do the smelter? We should have just, or should I the stacker? We should have just added the stacker. All right, I'm not gonna worry about it. But now that I've got this one over to the side, I need to watch carefully and not grab the belts. I did not grab any belts over here. Okay, so that is good. I am okay with this. And that is kind of how we're going to do the combinators. And that combinator setup is going to be in other blueprints as well. So in the next episode, we're going to place all of the blueprints. We are going to make sure that everything is perfectly aligned. It's probably also going to be a longer video. And then we are going to parameterize all of the different blueprints that need parameterization, which is effectively going to allow us to do stuff like how we changed the numbers here. It's going to let that happen automatically and determine what items need to be requested in, the train count for those items, like, so, you know, everything's going to work itself out. So we will do all that in the next episode. And that will be the last train episode. So again, we're going to be parameterizing in the next one. And after that, we are finally, it feels like forever, jumping back into our game and putting all of this together. All right, so I will see you in the next episode, and thanks for watching.